If you're trying to decide whether a compact moving head is worth the investment for your mobile gigs, who should actually get it, who can safely skip it, and does the price make sense for the everyday DJ or small production company? Those are the questions that keep a lot of buyers up at night, especially when the market is flooded with big box fixtures that promise everything, but often end up being a hassle to transport. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Intimidator Spot 375ZX Compact from Chalvit is marketed as a mobile-friendly spotlight, and that promise shows up the moment you unpack it. The unit is noticeably smaller than the 600 series heads you see on permanent installations, which means it fits into a single road case and can be slotted onto a standard truss without needing a dedicated rigging crew. For a traveling DJ who sets up a club night in a warehouse one night and a corporate event the next, the reduced footprint translates directly into less time loading and unloading and more space for other gear. That's a real-world win that goes beyond the headline compact badge. Wireless control is another practical angle. The built-in RF receiver lets you pair the head with Chalvit's RFC or RFCXL remote without having to run DMX cables across a crowded stage. In my tests, the connection stayed solid even when the wireless channel was busy with other devices, a common scenario at festivals where multiple lighting consoles coexist. The convenience of dropping a remote into a DJ booth and tweaking the beam on the fly is a big plus for anyone who doesn't want to dedicate a crew member just to run a lighting console. However, the remote isn't included. You'll need to buy the RFC or RFCXL separately, which adds a modest cost and a decision point for buyers who thought all-in-one. When it comes to the actual light output, the dual rotating prisms do something you don't see on many other compact heads. By splitting the beam into two separate paths, the Intimidator can create wider wash effects while still being able to focus a tight spot for accent moments. I used it in a small club where the ceiling height was only about 12 feet. The motorized zoom let me switch from a long throw narrow punch that cut through a dense crowd to a short throw broad splash that filled the whole room in under a second. That flexibility means you can serve both a high-energy dance floor and a more intimate lounge area without swapping fixtures. That said, the trade-offs become clear if you compare the 375ZX to a larger, feature-rich head. The maximum output is lower, so you'll struggle to dominate a big arena or outdoor stage where you need a lot of lumens to cut through ambient light. The built-in RF receiver, while handy, is limited to the range of the RFC remote, roughly 30 feet linear of sight. If you're planning a multi-room setup where the lighting console sits far from the truss, you might still need a traditional DMX cable as a backup. Also, the new home position feature, which supposedly makes programming smoother, feels subtle in practice. You'll notice it mainly if you're doing fast, repeated moves, which is more of a pro-level need than a typical mobile gig requirement. So who should actually buy the Intimidator Spot 375ZX? If you're a DJ, a small-scale production company, or a church tech team that moves gear from one venue to another on a weekly basis, this head hits a sweet spot. You get enough versatility to cover most indoor events, the size to fit into a compact road case, and wireless control that eliminates a lot of cable clutter. It's also a sensible choice for anyone who already owns a Chalvit console or remote, because the ecosystem integration is seamless. Who should skip it? If your primary venue is a large concert hall, a festival stage, or any space where you need massive throw distances and high output, you'll be better served by a larger moving head with higher lumens and a stronger DMX backbone. Similarly, if you're a lighting designer who relies heavily on advanced effects like pixel mapping or intricate color mixing, the 375ZX's feature set is more modest than what you'd find on higher-end models. In those cases, the price premium you pay for the compact form factor may not translate into real value. Bottom line, the Intimidator Spot 375ZX Compact delivers on the promise of being a truly mobile spotlight. Its size, built-in RF receiver, dual prisms, and motorized zoom give a traveling tech the tools they need to light a small to medium indoor space efficiently. The main compromises are lower output and a limited wireless range, which are acceptable for most club, wedding, and corporate gigs, but become a bottleneck in larger venues. If those trade-offs line up with your typical event size and you value the ease of wireless control, It's a solid addition to a mobile rig. You'll find the link in the description if you decide to order.